The future of Ford is in mobility, and not just the automotive kind, while Lincoln is reviving one of its oldest storied model names. I'm Gary Gastelu, and joining me today from the floor of the Detroit Auto Show is Ford CEO Mark Field. So Mark, let's talk first about this Ford Pass product service you've introduced, a new way to reach out to customers, potential customers, and even people who don't own Fords. There's a lot going on here. Give me the 60-second elevator pitch on this.
Well, Ford Pass is really our approach to revolutionize the customer experience at Ford. And this is a platform, a digital and also a physical platform to be able to connect with consumers in their lives. And the analogy I use was when Apple had the iPod, it was a great piece of hardware. But when they came out with iTunes, they really revolutionized the whole customer experience. That's what we're trying to do with Ford Pass, and we're really excited about launching this coming this April.
And what are a couple of the things that it does for the consumer?
Oh yeah, it allows to integrate with their lives, and it's really unique because it's not only for Ford customers, it's also for customers who aren't customers of Ford right now to help them with their mobility solutions.
So this sort of thing, kind of concierge service, but can you find out more about the cars as well? I mean, is it an advertising mechanism for you?
Well, it's really about making consumers' lives better, and also at the same time hoping to drive business, because we think it will help drive service business in our dealerships. But also at the same time, it'll help folks who don't own vehicles borrow cars, share cars, help them with parking. And it's really about trying to integrate with their lives and make that customer experience really unique with Ford.
Now, you mentioned car sharing. Separate from this, you also unveiled a plan to test out lease sharing, where several people will be able to join in, pitch in on a lease on a single car, and then share it amongst themselves.
Yeah, this is part of our Ford Smart Mobility plan, and this is really about trying to understand how consumers are living their lives. And we're testing in Austin, Texas, with what we call a shared lease, where 3 to 6 people can get together. They can share the costs of a lease. We have an app that will allow them to kind of manage the time. And this is really around, customers who, let's say there's several licensed drivers in a household, or let's say there's a group of neighbors who want to have a pickup truck but don't need one full time. It's around experimenting and trying to help with people with their mobility needs.
Clearly, you have some responsible friends or former roommates in college that always made the rent. Because this sounds like a tricky situation in some cases.
Oh yeah. They always want help with mobility or cars.
All right, let's talk about Lincoln Continental now. One of the most classic names in automotive history, particularly for Lincoln. This is your new large luxury sedan. Not the hottest segment. Every luxury car company has them though, and you do need it. But do you think this one's cracked the code? What's so special about this one that's going to get people back into a four-door as opposed to a crossover or an SUV?
Well, we think we've really carved out a very unique space in the luxury market for us. The Lincoln Continental really epitomizes where we're taking Lincoln, and it's really what we call around quiet luxury. And it's delivering luxury with an elegance, with a serenity, and also with a powertrain performance that gives you effortless power. And we think that is unique because the customers we're going after, they define luxury in their own way. They're very meticulous. They want great quality, great craftsmanship. But most importantly, they want warm and human touches delivered in a contemporary design. And our team, I think, has done a very good job encompassing that in the new Lincoln, and really represents, as I mentioned, where we're taking Lincoln overall over the next number of years.
This has a couple of automatic safety features, but you're not talking about driving autonomy or even electrification with the Continental right now. That seems to be what everybody's talking about when it comes to luxury cars. Is that something in the future for Lincoln, or do you think these kind of cars still have a little bit of legs left in them?
Well, actually, this Lincoln has some great new technology, but we're delivering the technology. The way we've approached this vehicle, and our engineers and marketers have approached this vehicle, is we first focused on what is the experience we want our customers to have in this vehicle, and then what is the technology that then delivers that, as opposed to the other way around. As we think about autonomy and other technologies going forward, electrification, We'll have more to say about that, about Lincoln in the coming years. But for right now, we think we have a vehicle here which is very unique. And, you know, it's an iconic nameplate. People have a lot of expectations around the Continental because it's such a storied nameplate. And we really took that to heart as we developed this new vehicle.
Let's talk trucks a little bit. Your transition to the new aluminum-bodied F-150, pretty much complete now. And now you've got a pretty exciting new model that you unveiled there, the new Super Crew version of the upcoming Raptor high-performance F-150. Now, since the Raptor came out about 5 or 6 years ago, it's actually been your best-selling high-performance vehicle, even does better than the Shelby Mustangs, I think. What's the appeal? People actually buying the performance, or are they buying the look?
Well, they're buying both. I mean, our customers who buy the Raptors, they are really off-road performance enthusiasts. We also have customers, they love the way the Raptor looks. And, you know, it is the best-selling high-performance off-road pickup truck in the market, and we think we've brought it now to the next level with our new Raptor that'll be coming out this fall, both in super cab and in regular cab form. And we've actually put a new engine in it that actually is smaller in terms of displacement size, but gets even more power than the current 6.2 liter that's in the marketplace right now. So the customer will see better fuel economy and a lighter weight, which helps the performance off-road.
Raptor's done so well for you. Do you see other opportunities with that brand or this idea of exciting off-road, either trucks or SUVs in other segments?
Well, right now we're focusing on Raptor for the F-150, and that's our focus right now.
You got out of the small truck pickup game a couple years ago, as did all of the big three. Chevy and GMC got back into it this year. They sold 115,000 mid-size pickups in 2015. Did you make the right call on that? Is this something you're looking at again? You've got a very successful Ford Ranger. You showcased it at the show yesterday. It's hugely successful around the world. Is mid-size pickup segment something that's interesting again for Ford?
Well, our focus continues to be the F-150. As you mentioned, we were busy launching the vehicle last year. Listen, we always look at the market dynamics, understand, you know, where customers are going. So we'll always factor that into our product plans going forward. But for right now, we're focusing on the F-150.
All right, Ford CEO Mark Fields, thanks for joining us from Detroit today. If you want more news from the show, head on over to autos.foxnews.com. I'm Gary Gastelu, and thanks for watching.